Hello again and welcome to another episode of the Franchise Everything podcast, where we talk about everything and anything franchising. And today I'm joined by Phil Cronin and Darren Schultz, the co-founders of Stellarossa. Afternoon, gents.
Afternoon, Glenn.
Afternoon, Glenn.
Hello again. I'm pretending that we haven't spoken yet, but we have. We're doing a few here today. So we're at Stellarossa in Aspley in Brisbane. So the lovely Anna, the franchise owner, has given us the floor for
a big chunk of her space.
It is. It's a great spot actually, it's a nice one. We're certainly later into the afternoon deliberately, so it's not too busy.
Absolutely.
And this one we're going to talk about the 5 key things that have made the Stellarossa franchise business what it is today. And I really like this because it really zeroes us in on some key points and gets you guys to really think about it beforehand. And the first thing that I asked you guys to think about, or that you came up with, was around the menu and menu changes from when you first started the business in 2009 to where you are now with menu. So why is that significant?
Well, I can start off with a little bit of a funny. I'll say a funny story. We're about 4 weeks from opening our first store.
2009.
2009, maybe 5 weeks. And my wife said, "So how's the menu going?" And I went, "What menu?" So at that stage, we were all about the coffee.
That was red alert.
Everything was all about the coffee. I mean, I'm being a little bit facetious, but
I suppose in comparison to how you look at it now,
we hadn't concentrated on it at all. So we scrambled, and at that stage, we were city based, so it was all grab and go, and it was all about the coffee, and we were doing panini, focaccia, muffins, the usual back in 2009, the usual products. But the change from when we started, we developed and grew quite quickly through the city. So our menu did develop and got a lot more robust. But in 2014, 15, that was a significant change. Pretty much, we could see the market changing. We could see the food trends changing. At that stage, we had ventured out into an outer suburb in Brisbane, into Mango Hill. So that sort of forced us to really ramp up and change our menu.
So that was a vastly different menu need than, say, CBD grab and go. Clearly,
absolutely.
And similar time around that too. We had a quite a large store we opened up in Mackay.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Full service, breakfast, lunch, dinner, alcohol license. So
very premature for the brand.
Yeah, it was at the time.
Extremely.
Massive learning curve there about what works, what doesn't work, that type of stuff. A lot of external consultants coming in to help us fine-tune the menu, develop the menu.
We fortunately had a franchisee who is still with us today. Mel's actually been in the system for 13 years, I think. So and had 3 stores. She's still got one site up in Mackay. But that was very premature for the brand. It was a big leap. But you got to evolve.
So how has the menu changed as much from what it was, say, in 2014 to now? What is the things that stand out to you?
Look, it's continued to grow.
Probably the biggest change I think we'd have to say is choice and flexibility in the menu. So we've deliberately gone to a menu or a menu style where the operators or the franchisees can have choice in amongst what they want to offer on their menu in their store.
So give them some range and flexibility.
Yeah. Well, it's every menu is also tailored to the area. We understand that every area is different. And but there are core menu items, and I've used these examples plenty of times of bacon and eggs, eggs Benedict. They're a staple on every cafe menu. But it's that being able to adapt, and we now know, even when we're starting a new store, we'll look at the demographics of an area and compare it to other similar sites in the network, which gives us I suppose, a bit of an idea of how we're going to start their menu off. And then the beauty of the way we do things is those elective or the elective items that we're choosing with the franchise partner. We can if it's not working, we can just pull it out and put something else in. So
and go with something else,
and quickly, and that can happen in a day.
Excellent. All right, so that's menu. The second thing that you said was one of the key things in the growth and development of the brand was in-house coffee, going in-house. So that takes quite a commitment, I gather, in roasting your own coffee.
Yeah,
So tell us about that.
Absolutely. Well, I suppose, we.
I suppose who's more coffee? You
Well, I suppose we both love our coffee.
Yeah.
I think we had contract roasters until 4 years ago, I think it was.
Yeah, pretty much.
Best thing we ever did was bringing it in-house. Just gave us the consistency, the quality. Our roasting partner, he's got the buying power of the brand. We're going through a lot of coffee on a weekly basis. So we can like I said, just gives us a really good buying power to good quality beans. I mean, I can get right into it. I mean, not saying I'm a coffee aficionado, but we're using specialty grade coffee across the
And what was the learning curve with that? Was there much there, or because you've actually partnered with someone who was doing it already? Was it? Is that how you did it?
No, we've actually partnered with an operator by the name of Steve Novello, and he's got his own brand called Bancroft Roasters. Steve had been in the industry for a very, very long time. Was looking at getting into his own thing, and it was sort of just really a bit of a marriage made in heaven to use the phrase. He is. He's and he doesn't mind me saying this, he's a coffee geek. What he doesn't know about coffee is not worth knowing. Between him and one of our senior operations staff, Cam Dittman, they're both,
we're doing some. I think we're doing some tours with Cam coming up. I think it's going to take us
absolute next level.
Yeah.
So, and it just, it's so where we can control it as well. And Steve, if there's shortages of a certain bean, he can, pivot. To use the word, pivot very quickly, replace it with something else to keep that consistency.
For me, I think that one of the biggest things is just consistency that's come out of the process. We've been able to keep our year on year or our week on week taste of our coffee far more consistent. And then we've added in, we used to have just a decaf and a 5-star, and we've added in a different roast profile blend into the mix as well, which has been taken on well by the different stores and the customers. So I think it's just purely the consistency of being able to manage it in-house effectively.
And adding more competitive advantage to the stores as well, giving them that bigger range.
And keep the price realistic for franchise partners as well. There's been green bean prices, internationally have just gone through the roof. So with that buying power and consistency.
So you're less susceptible to that. So you're buffing yourself a little bit.
There's no, we've had to put the price up. But compared to a lot of other brands, we've been able to keep it realistic. There's the price is, it's incredible how much green bean's gone up over the last 12 months.
All right, so the third one you came up with for the Stellarossa brand was what you referred to as a pass-on strategy. What do you mean by pass-on strategy?
Do you want to elaborate?
So I suppose if you take a site that we're dealing with from a landlord's perspective, we're negotiating a lease with the landlord with a view of getting a store open and an operator on site. So if you take where we are today at Aspley, we might have negotiated a deal with the landlord, which could include some works that they're doing, plus some cash contribution. So
which a lot of people aren't aware of cash contributions and everything,
so
I think.
Leases, they come with different works contributions and cash contribution depending on the lease and the landlord, that type of thing. So, but effectively we're passing that on. It's just a straight throughput. If it's a dollar value, the franchisee gets the dollar value basically. There's no margin or markup on that. We're doing it for the benefit of the store.
Yeah, I guess the goal is to get franchisees in at the best possible price. So
takes the pressure off a store, doesn't it? Yeah,
absolutely. So to fit something like this store out, if it was a blank canvas, it'd be probably 450 to 500 grand. So, if we can get 100, and I'm just using this as an example, I'm not saying it was this store, but if we can get 150,000 in cash contribution out of a landlord plus all the Cat 1 works and reduce that by 250, it's
huge
the
difference.
franchisees coming in for probably 2 to 250 grand.
Yeah, and that's a huge difference to servicing loans, cash flow, getting the business up and running, everything, isn't it?
Well, Glenn, the way I look at it too is, if we're keeping somebody's entry level down and they want to go again, and they've got capital to go again, they're that much closer to getting into their second store. So
makes sense.
And we've done that. We've got a number of franchisees that are multi-store owners.
Excellent. That's a sign of a strong system when you've got multi-store owners in them. People keeping reinvesting in the business.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fourth thing you came up was your team support ratio. So what does that look like? How's your team members? Because you do have a few. I've met quite a few of them.
We're very we've got a strong support staff for the size of our business. Like currently we're 24 stores with several more on the horizon this year. But like numbers wise, personnel to franchisees, our ratio is extremely high. But that's worth it. We to give that support to our franchisees is what it's all about. It's for them to succeed. We succeed. We keep growing.
Yeah, and so where are the areas you're mainly looking to grow? Because we haven't really covered that. It just came to mind then.
No, look, Queensland is such a growth market, where we've got more stores on the horizon, both drive-throughs and inline in Queensland. We are looking at going interstate, but we're going to be quite calculated with the way we do that, and not, we're not here to rush into going to Sydney or to Melbourne. Our goal would be to go northern New South Wales and then start creeping our way down. Regional areas are incredibly strong for the brand, and we believe that it's incredibly strong in Queensland, but we believe that in any state it's going to be the same. So that we're not just we've got different models that we've discussed before with kiosks, inline stores, drive-throughs. The opportunities are just I'm look after the leasing side of the business, and the sites that are coming across my desk, there's a lot. So we cherry pick that. We've got a lot of programs that we're I suppose collating the data as best we can to see whether a site's going to be viable for the brand, and that's that's trial and error. We've made some mistakes. And we've learnt from that, and but growth wise, we haven't got a particular plan to sort of branch out of.
This is where we want to be, and that's what.
It's sort of at the moment. It's
very site specific, isn't it?
It's fairly case by case. But I'm looking at sites in Stanthorpe and Emerald and these types of areas where there's a need for a good quality offer out there, and it's good. It's good fun.
And that leads nicely into the last one. On the fifth one that we were talking about was store design. From then till now, so the store design changes in making the business model what it is today, and the changes you've put through to that.
I suppose initially we started in the city, Brisbane City, and they were very much a grab and go.
I can imagine it would have looked hugely different to what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, and just look and feel was completely different, very bit industrial looking type of thing. And that was just in line with what was probably in fashion, more so from a design perspective 16 years ago. So, I mean, the design, probably the easiest way to say it, the design's continually evolving. Like it's the design, we'll sit down and look at a site, how big the footprint is, its location, where it faces, its outlook, where the seating area is, and then sit down and just design it compared to that. There's certain things maybe from colours and finishes that we're looking to incorporate for the brand, but we're not particularly stuck on that it has to look exactly the same for every single store. And that might involve input from the franchisee operator that's coming on board if they're signed up where around the furniture style they want, or it could be wall colours and finishes that they're involved with, or they might just go, look, you guys do it. I just want to be here, do the training, get my head around all that, I can imagine, and get the door open.
It's like building your second or third house. It's like the first time it's really exciting, and the second or third time it's like that palette. Just do that.
Go for it.
Just do that. I want it to look like that. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, we do offer for people to get involved in that process, and Phil is handling a lot of that design elements to the stores, but we encourage them to get involved and sort of I guess when they get the keys, they've got a bit more ownership.
Yeah, I can feel that. Yeah, I can feel that. Rather than it just have nothing to do with it. Yeah, your kiosk will be ready next week. Don't come on site. Don't look. Yeah,
and honestly, Len, some people love that. They just want it. Yeah. Hey, you just do it. Just give me the keys.
And obviously there's the technical aspect of every store. It's got depending on the store model, whether it's a kiosk or a drive-through and in-line, there's certain pieces of equipment we need. So certain size of a kitchen that we need to be able to produce the menu. And then wrapping that all around the front of house that the general public see that looks nice and furry and fluffy and represents the brand. Yeah.
That's what you're all after.
Yeah,
absolutely. And it will continue to evolve and change. And we're probably we're 15 years old now. We've had I think 3 changes since we started, and we're probably on to another one.
Yeah, pretty soon.
Phil loves the sound of that.
Oh, I bet he does. Changing tack again.
Yeah.
All right. Nice one to finish on. All right, boys. Thanks for telling us all about the reasons why the Stellarossa brand is what it is today.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, James.
Appreciate it.
And that's it for another one of the Franchise Everything podcast. Please share, like, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff, and we will catch you again in the next one soon.